Hey, welcome. Amy Barney here. Tonight I'm going to share what I learned from this training about how to overcome and pass through difficult emotions in a process that takes less than 2 minutes. And why do you think this is beneficial? I don't know about you, but have you ever been stuck in a loop of negative emotions and it just, goes on and on and on, and it feels like it's interrupting the things that you want to do, your life, your productivity? For me, I'd love to learn how to handle those hard emotions in a healthier way without sabotaging the rest of my day or other things that are going on. So last week, I shared a quote from Joan Rosenberg, Dr. Joan Rosenberg, and this is a TED Talk she gave that I was asked to do for one of these trainings that I'm doing for my business. And it's a leadership training, we've been talking a lot about how to master emotions, how to hold space for negative emotions, how to give ourselves the time to heal instead of trying to bury things, and the importance of all that. And so last week I love this quote. She said, if you can experience and move through the unpleasant feelings, you can pursue anything you want in life. I mean, so true, right? What is it that keeps me doing this loop with weight loss, which I'm, always just gaining weight instead of losing it, is I let my feelings chase me into food instead of, just feeling them and letting them go through and process them. So here's this process. She developed this system, a formula that you can use to help you to be able to deal with those unpleasant emotions so that you can do whatever you want in life without being held back by these unpleasant emotions. So what holds people back is their inability to deal with their unpleasant feelings. And so the formula is, it's one choice. There's 8 feelings and it takes 90 seconds. So ponder the moments you have denied your feelings as opposed to pay attention to them. So these are just notes that I took from the training. And that is going to free you up. So the formula is, number 1, you got to make the choice. So you got to be fully present. And, I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, how hard is that to be fully present when you're feeling those unpleasant feelings and to just acknowledge them and not allow your body to react or to trigger, to clench your jaw, or, to do those things, but to just be present. She said, be aware of and in touch with your moment-to-moment experiences. And, do you run? Do you shut down? Do you distract? Do you fall into your addictions? Do you feed your emotions? Do you have physical reactions like, clenching your fist? Or are you fully present? And, it seems like so hard because what we're used to is we get into these habits and we just cycle back and forth. We repeat the same thing and we're triggered by past experiences. Hey, Barbara. But in reality, if we make the choice to be fully present and just sit with it, we can move through these faster. So here are the 8 unpleasant emotions. No, you're not going to do that again. My son screamed in my ear in my group Born to Be Beautiful when I was doing a drawing, and my ear is still hurting, so he's not coming anywhere near me tonight. All right, so 8 unpleasant feelings are sadness. Number 1, sadness. Number 2, shame. Number 3, helplessness. Number 4, anger. Number 5, vulnerability. Number 6, embarrassment. Number 7, disappointment. And number 8, frustration. So they're not bad or negative. These are just unpleasant feelings. The feelings and emotions reside in our body and they trigger a physical response that often, we develop these bad habits and how to handle them. So, and often we're afraid it won't go away because it's just so unpleasant that it's going to stay, it's going to last, you're going to lose control. But they're so important. You can grow in confidence as you become fully present and just ride the wave of emotion and just, be present in it. So she says, what we feel emotionally is felt in the body first. It doesn't feel good. We try to escape from the body sensation. So what unpleasant feelings in your body might be holding you back from the things that you want? What are those 8 unpleasant feelings? Which of those are the ones that trigger you the most? Like for me, I marked off shame, anger, vulnerability, and embarrassment. those are the ones that get me the most, you know, where I get on these endless loops of, oh, I could have done that better. Oh my gosh, you know, I was so stupid. Oh, you know, and I live it over and over and over again so that the unpleasantness lingers forever. So the physical sensations that get fired off in the body last only 60 to 90 seconds. It doesn't feel that way because it's just temporary, but because we allow our stories and the loop that we're used to play out in our mind, we circle back to old stories and we repeat it, and so that the sensations last longer. But they always subside. She says they always subside. So if we can learn to, number one, be present, be aware of them. There's the 8 emotions, the 8 that are, you know, cause the unpleasant sensations, and then learn to ride it like a wave. Just, you know, be present and just ride it, you know, see what's going on and don't react. And so she said, though, with grief, it's wave upon wave upon wave, and you just have to be present and ride the waves, and it's just going to happen. It's going to be wave upon wave, but eventually it will subside. So in the moment, you will feel calm and centered as you begin to become more present. Now, this is something I am going to have to try out. I just got this training in the last few days. And so I didn't realize that you could. I don't know. It's just kind of like a new concept. But in the moment, you will feel calm and centered. Insights will follow. With practice, you may be able to unhook from past stories. So that is my challenge, is to try to remain present when I'm experiencing the shame, the embarrassment, the anger, you know, all those things that make me feel like, you know, so wound up, and they're so unpleasant. And embrace the emotions. They are the path back to being fully you. And so stay present and surf the waves. It will just take a moment, because we know it's super unhealthy to just bury it. It never goes away. It's always going to come back in one way or another. And so, and then the alternative is, I mean, well, part of burying it is also, you know, the sabotages we do, the overeating, the, you know, all the different things, the shutting down. Hey, and so that is my challenge, is I'm going to try to, the formula again is make a choice. Number 1 is make a choice. Number 2, be aware of the 8 unpleasant feelings. I'll repeat them: sadness, shame, helplessness, anger, vulnerability, embarrassment, disappointment, and frustration. And number 3 is to just be aware that it will only last 90 seconds if you are present and you choose to be present and not repeat the cycle over and over and over again. So I hope that's helpful. I'm really loving this. One of my passions, which I didn't realize this until I started this business 6 years ago, is I am super passionate about learning these kinds of things, finding ways to be a better person, finding ways to make a bigger impact and help more people. And it lights me on fire. If that is something that interests you, you know, feel free to reach out to me. You know, that's a big part of what I do in my business is personal growth. And as I grow as a person, my business grows, and I just feel good. It's nice to, you know, make improvements in your life, and to be like, for me, you know, it's important to me to show up and be the best person I can be. And I love a lot of these free opportunities that I get with my business that I would have never had before, and I never knew I would love this. So if that's ever something that you think about, that you love, the idea of being able to have access to all this personal development growth, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to have a conversation with you. No pressure. So hope that's helpful. I'm excited. Tomorrow night I meet again with them. This is an 8-week course. And I did a training with this group before, and I'm really loving the way it's going, and I'm excited to see where it takes us over the next 5 weeks. And so I will, of course, share with you guys the tips and the things that I love. Hope you have a great night. Bye.